Day 21. That is 3 weeks. 3 weeks of self improvement. One more week to go. And yeah, that's pretty cool, honestly. I feel like all the things that I struggled with at the beginning of the 30 for 30, it feels like it was like 2 months ago. And I know it wasn't. I know it was only 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago because I've been filming every day. And that really helps put things into perspective a lot more than I realized because now I have a way to gauge time because I started filming less than a month ago every single day. So I don't know. It also helps that I'm talking about it every day. Like it's a journal, essentially. And so I feel like I wasted so much time. At least that's what it felt like. But really, in the grand scheme of things, it's been no time at all. Like it felt like such a struggle, but it was quickly fixed. The whole creative fulfillment struggle that I went through, where I really wanted to do vlogging and I didn't know where to put it on what channel. And is it vlogging or am I showing behind the scenes stuff? And how am I going to continue to do my shorts and all that stuff? And yeah, so I don't know. It seemed like such a big deal and a huge waste of time 2 weeks ago. But now it feels like it was nothing. Because it was. It was nothing. Oh man. I saw some more deer. Man, this freaking hornet's nest. I'm finally going to show you what this thing looks like now when I step out into the road and get a shot of it. Holy crap, you can see hornets all over it. Okay, look at this. That's the hornet's nest. I wonder if I can get a good thumbnail of it with me. If I'm far enough away from it, maybe I can. Try to get this shot. No, I'm gonna have to get closer, I think. Something where the light isn't in the background. Got a bunch of cars passing, so I'm trying not to be awkward. How close can I get before I get attacked? Okay, that is as I mean, I know it doesn't seem that close in the footage, but it was about 3 feet behind my head. So that's as close as I'm getting to that thing. But I did get the right angle because the light was in the wrong spot when I first tried to take it. But yeah, that hornet's nest is pretty big. I don't know. I don't know what to do about something like that. I mean, I know we could call a guy, but like, it's not even my neighborhood. I don't. I also don't want them to like exterminate it. So I don't know. I don't know where I sit morally on this one. Do I call somebody that I know won't kill it? Or do I call the HOA guy and have him deal with it, and maybe the deaths of thousands will be on his conscience? You know, just hornet things. Just horny things. Yeah, so today I didn't do much in ways of creating. Well, actually, I did. It was my entire day. But what I actually did was work on that Bubble King video. Shit, did I even talk about that yet? I think I did yesterday. I had to have talked about it yesterday. The guy with the giant bubbles. And there were a couple pieces. I didn't really know what the story was. I just had to go through the footage to figure it out. And there were a couple pieces that I knew would really tie it together if I just did a reshoot. The guy obviously wasn't there today because he's only there on Sundays. But if I went in my car and drove to Walmart and shot in the car like I was there still and said the right things, the things that I knew would tie the story together, then it would make for a better video. So that's what I did. I wrote out a couple lines. Well, I didn't really write the lines. I kind of wrote the idea, like the thing to say to connect the previous piece of footage to the next piece, because I had these little gaps. And so I just wrote down the idea and then I kind of winged it. I drove to Walmart and recorded, and yeah, that's what I did. And so I just got done with that. Hey, look. Damn it, I was gonna flip. Look, it's a nest. I was gonna flip it around, but then I would have screwed up my audio again. But yeah, I spent my morning, afternoon cutting up that video and looking for the right footage. What sucks about it, couple big issues that oh my god, look at these ants. Ooh. Good God. Okay, let's hope I don't carry those back with me. There's always something. There's always something going on out here. So yeah, I was editing that video. Oh yeah, the two things that I really fucked up on this one. These are the things you got to learn if you want to try to do daily like Casey. First, if you're going to be talking to somebody, you at least give them the microphone because the amount of work it takes to take my voice down and to bring theirs up, to gain theirs up to a good enough volume, it's almost worth a reshoot. Just how much work it is. Lots of keyframing. And then, because I was so far away, and this is because I was nervous, honestly, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about starting the conversation. So, my camera, which is this phone, I was using the back lens and I was holding it up on my chest. I didn't want to be the guy like holding the camera. And I also used my glasses and I was recording on the mic. All three mics were on my person, and my person was very far away from his person. And so a lot of the things you can't quite hear him say over the sound of traffic ambiance. And yeah, that kind of sucks. I mean, you can hear him, but you really have to gain it up. And so I was able to mix two mics and use AI to bring out his voice a bit. Here's how I did it. The mic that was hotter, which is this one right here, I used as the ambient noise going around. And so you did hear his voice a little bit in it, and leaving that mic on made this sound natural, because without it, he sounds like a robot. And then the mic from my phone, I selected it, and this is in Premiere, so if you guys use Premiere, I selected it, and then I did enhance voice, and I set it to 3.5. That's the level. And so what enhanced voice does, if you set it all the way to 10, or whatever the highest is, I think it's 10, it's complete robot. And so it just assumes it knows what you're saying, and it does it in sort of the voice that you have, and it tries to put those words together. Sometimes it's gibberish, sometimes it works. But if you have it set to 3.5, then it's mixed with his voice and the robot voice, which just adds a touch of clarity. And then with subtitles, it's like totally fine. But all that said, it was a lot of extra work that I had to do when I should have just given him a microphone. But I was too nervous. Like, I didn't know if he was going to be put off by it. Like, the guy's, 80s probably, 70, 80, something like that. Vietnam vet. I just didn't know how to go about this without making it super awkward. Also, he's got gloves on. His hands got soap all over him. Like, what am I going to do? Walk up to a stranger and clip my mic on his hat? So, that's the best I could do. And I couldn't stand super close to him because there's these giant bubbles flying around. And so, this was a case that I probably would have tried something else. Like, maybe I would have set the mic on the ground or something like that near him. I don't know. But I definitely would have paid more attention to this because I thought maybe the mic was going to be good enough, but with all that traffic sound, it was not. It was too much. So, luckily I had 3 audio tracks all at the same time that I could pick through and find where the clarity was and really bring it out from whatever one it worked. And so, yeah, that's that. Couple things I've been watching a lot of Casey Neistat and trying to absorb everything that he says and does and really pay attention to how he works, because I don't think that there's a perfect video where he breaks down his daily routine. He says stuff in a bunch of different interviews, and I can kind of osmosis it into my brain. One interview I'm listening to is him and John Yushai, and wow, it is freaking awesome. It's super useful. But that combined with watching his videos, I think have really helped. Like, John Yushai actually brings up some of his vlogs, and then he says, hey, break this down or roast it or whatever, and Casey will point out things that he likes about it, or things that he doesn't, or things about his routine or how he made it happen, which is basically exactly what I'm looking for. And there was one question where video 300, Casey did 800 in total, I think. I might be wrong about that, but it was video 800, something like that. He holds the word or the number 800 up. It's drawn on his hand. And he said 800 videos. I made 800 videos or whatever. And John asks him, why would you draw it on your hand and then 2 seconds later you use text that you added in the video? And he brought up 2 interesting points. One, it's a visual hook, but he didn't call it a visual hook because back then I don't think that was a term. And so basically it's a visual hook. It catches your eye. And then he said, as I pulled my hand away, I cut it to where my face was, so you didn't have to search for where to look, which he's talking about an eye line, which is interesting. Sure, but you could do that with text. But it made me think that probably sped up just 2 or 3 minutes of his edit just by picking the right one where he had his hand in front of it. And he kind of pointed out that he has sort of an idea of where he's going. He goes and he finds the story, and he has sort of a rough idea of what he's going to say right before he hits record, but that's about as much planning as it gets. And so I really want to get that kind of spontaneity out of my dailies. I would love that. And this Bubble King thing happened out of nowhere, and I feel like maybe that was a good start. We'll see how it does, because it starts out, I'm in my car. I think I sent you guys a clip last night, and I'm like, I see this guy all the time. Here, look, and I flip the camera around, and he makes a bubble dick on accident. Yeah. I cut as much as I possibly could away from me talking just so I could get to the bubble dick as fast as possible. I think it happens in 2 seconds, literally. And so, if that's not a visual hook, I don't know what is. Anyway, so that's kind of what's been on my mind, the kind of stuff that I've been thinking about, the scenarios that I can imagine myself in, going and finding the story. It's just a little easier for Casey to do something like that because he lives in New York. And my stories kind of have to revolve around the daily creator life because that's what my life is. You know, I don't live in New York. I also would hate to live in New York, but I would love the opportunity to find so many stories just by walking around. But I got plenty of stories in the studio and stuff that I do. So I think the topics are solid. Maybe I need to not plan them really. I wake up and go find the story. And the rule is I have to have it done by like 10 o'clock or whatever. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I need to get a lot better at waking up early. Because lately I've been kind of studying, learning these things, obsessing over the idea. And before I know it, it's like 3 in the morning and I'm like, oh shit, man. I would be doing the idea had I gone to bed 5 hours ago, and I'd be waking up here shortly. But I don't know. Maybe that's my next 30 for 30. Maybe it'll help the reading. Help me get to sleep earlier. Yeah. 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 I really don't have much else to say besides that. I got that doctor's appointment for my torn groin muscle, whatever it is, on the inside of my thigh. We'll see how that goes. That's at 10:30 in the morning. Hell, if I wake up early enough, maybe that's my story for tomorrow. Be pretty cool. I would have loved to get this Bubble King video out today, but when I started going through that footage, I didn't realize how much I had and how much of it wasn't really usable because I wasn't paying attention to what I was shooting. It was a mess. Super shaky. I had all my settings on my phone set for 1280 by 720, whatever it is, this, because of this. I do like super low res for my 30 for 30s so I can upload them to Discord easier because they get that 500 megabyte cap for Nitro users or whatever. And so, yeah, I forgot to change it. And so there's no stabilizer on my phone, even with the back lens. I've recorded it all in shit resolution. I just went and recorded today that extra stuff in Walmart in shit resolution. So that's annoying, but you know, you live, you learn. What I would really love is one or the other here. One, a camera that has a super wide selfie lens. Super wide. I'm not talking just the wide lens that you can use for if your friend is standing here and you can take pictures. You can't even use that on video. And, or two, a monitor on the back of the camera that has a super wide lens on the back. So like if I had a selfie monitor on the back of this camera, then I could use the lens that I love, which is on this phone. And yeah, the closest thing I got is using the Raspberry Pi screen in the studio, but you can't really, it needs power. You can't really carry that around in your pocket. iPhones have a little clip-on camera for the back, but I don't have an iPhone. And also, I read the reviews and it says it sucks, but I don't know that for sure. And yeah, the Raspberry Pi situation is the closest thing I've gotten. Now there is a phone that maybe piqued my interest, and it's it's one of the fold phones, because the back of it, where the good camera is, there is a screen. It's the one that like folds into a square, not the one that folds like a book. And so if you unfold it, I think you can have that back screen on and you can use the back camera. But all that said, I don't necessarily know if the back camera has a good wide lens on it. And maybe I'll look into that. Like that's a selling point for me on phones. Like if I can use it for content creation, game over, man. Game over. Hey, we got deer. Wowee. Wowee. There's like it's the same deer as yesterday. There's 5 of them or whatever. Oh, 6. Another one just popped up here. I gotta switch the lens. Fucking ants crawling on me. Look at him. The tiny one. Oh shit. Do we got antlers? Antlers? Oh shit, we got antlers. I can see it popping up right over that hill. Whoa. Why are they all looking at me? There he is. Oh, there's 2. I guess I was wrong. Yeah, some antlers there. Alright. Very cool. Very cool. Let's got a fucking ant on me. To them, right now, I look like an NPC in Grand Theft Auto. Like I just stopped and stared and then turned around and walked away. Pretending like nothing ever happened. Oh man. So, yeah, this sucks, man. I got nothing else to say. Got nothing else to talk about. It's I can definitely feel like I'm being way less productive because I'm staying up too late. I just need to have like one early night and then everything resets and I can start being morning John again. All it takes is one and then the habit kicks on. But I have to like convince myself that I'm not going to be productive at night. And that's not really the case because I am usually doing something at night too. I just need to allow myself not to work. That's it. It's tough. It's a tough thing to do. To just say, hey, like, yes, there's work to be done, but you need to stop now because it'll be there for you tomorrow, and you'll get it done much easier tomorrow. Tough. Tough to get in that mindset. Maybe one day. Maybe when I'm 40, I'll finally respect the night. Batman. Oh, man. Okay. Guess I'm gonna go over. I gotta stop at the gas station anyway. There's a lot of people. A lot of people walking around. Looks like 8 more minutes.
Walking all the way down, like, be careful. The second tree from the end has a big hornet's nest.
Yeah, I took a selfie with it earlier. Thanks.
I just didn't want anyone to get stung. I'm allergic.
Oh, God. That was nice. That was nice. Well, yep. I got to get myself some body armor. I feel like I'm not getting enough magnesium. Body armor's a nice source of it. So are those liquid IV things. The little powders you can mix with water. And a nice shot of pickle juice always helps. Not the most tasty thing, but the sodium keeps the legs from cramping. A nice shot of pickle juice. Nice shot of pickle. Nice shot of pickle juice. Pickle juice, pickle juice. Nice shot of pickle juice. Bum, 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 bum. Dum, ba, do, do, dum. Do, 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 do. Oh man, my neighborhood kind of smells good. Smells like somebody's grilling chicken. Chicken grilling. Chicken grillers. Oh, that just reminded me, there's these things called grillers from Taco Bell. Oh, whoa. That's a weird blast from the past. They were like super spicy. One of them was ghost pepper griller. One of them was habanero griller. And they were like these little smaller, like dollar burritos. I think they were called grillers. Google ghost pepper griller and see what you find, because yeah, those were awesome, but also terrible on your stomach. You had to have a pretty strong system to have that stuff go through, because like a lot of it was just straight up hot sauce. Not a single note was harmonized. That's how you know you're good. That's how you know you're the best. I don't know where those people went. The warners. The ones who warned me of my impending hornet doom. Dude, what the fuck? All right, we're going to the gas station. Going to get body armor, going to the gas station, get that magnesium with a little bit of potassium and a little bit of liquid. Going to Circle K. Or maybe that other place. I don't know what it's called. Sorry. It's because I don't have my seatbelt on. Should have put that on first thing. There's apparently a bridge called Black Sabbath Bridge. There's nothing else to that story, but there is one named after the band. Yup. Yep, so I'm gonna edit when I get back and talk to everybody on Discord. And yeah, check my business bank account several times to see if this money wire transfer that I sent through actually went through, because their fraud detection stopped it, and I had to get on an hour-long phone call with the bank to tell them that I was in fact sending money to Nigeria, and I meant to, and it wasn't to a Nigerian prince, it was to an animator. Yeah. And if they don't let me send the money, I am in fact the scammer. And that's not okay. Because I have already received the work that I'm paying for. You know, this makes for a good tweet. I think I'll tweet about that. Yeah, so anytime I'm by myself, that's usually what's going on. I'm just like humming to myself, singing stupid shit. Every time you see that on tape, like in a vlog or whatever, it means that I had been singing it, and then I thought, oh shit, I should probably film this. And I had already probably been singing it for like 15 minutes to myself. It's real. ADHD is real. Okay, that's it. 3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks. Congratulations for everybody that stuck through. I will see you tomorrow for day 22. No rhyme intended, but it's nice when that happens.